Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Omar Waller, and today we're just going to go over some basic, or sometimes they're referred to as primitive data types in Python. So these are the very basic building blocks of pretty much any programming language, especially the higher level languages. So today we'll be going over primitive data types, which are integers, floats, complex numbers, strings, booleans. Then we'll also talk about lists and dictionaries as well. And so today I'll be using the Spider development environment. If you don't have Anaconda, go back and watch my last video. I'll put the link below. All right, so let's get started. So what makes a data type primitive? Basically, a primitive data type is just one that you don't need to import any external libraries for. So like I said, that's your integers, your floats, strings, and your booleans pretty much. So first, let's look at integers. Obviously, if you've taken a math class before, you know that an integer is any negative value, 0, any positive value that doesn't have a decimal, or it's not a fraction. So Python, in comparison to other languages, you can assign variables without specifying the type. So as you can see here, I have two variables. One is Jay-Z, the other is Beyonce. One is Jay-Z is assigned to 1, Beyonce is assigned to 2, and that's pretty much all you have to do in Python. So that's one of the beauties of the language, is that it requires very little typing. So now if we wanted to determine, obviously we know those are integers, but if we wanted to look at the type, we could, Spider uses IntelliSense, and so it gives you this information about the function that you're attempting to use. So type is a function in Python that you pass in these parameters, and it'll tell you what the type is when you run the program. So as you can see, the arguments are the object or name, the basis or dictionary. And so I believe that the basis and the dictionary are optional parameters. So all you really have to do is put in the variable. So we'll put Jay-Z, and then let's run the program. Let's print. So over here you can see that it's the integer class, obviously, as that's what we expected, because Jay-Z is assigned to 1, which is we can also see in our variable explorer that we have the variables that are assigned. And so yeah, that's integers. Then we can move on to floats. If you're taking a math class, you'll know that a float is, well, maybe not in math. I don't think we'll go over that actually. That's a pretty programming specific term. So floats are numbers with decimals. So let's say, and so now let's print the type. And so this is another little trick. If you start typing a variable name and you just hit the tab button, you'll see the different options that are that you've typed before in the program. So it just makes it a lot quicker to program. Just the tab button, auto fill. But we want to do print the type. And that's our first error, which is okay. So this error is a syntax error. It says unexpected EOF while parsing, and EOF is end of file. So that just means that we forgot the parentheses at the end of the line there. So try that again. And so it's a float. So that's what we expected because there is a decimal this variable is indeed a float. Python, this is different from other languages. Python will actually let you do operations with different data types. So if we were to try to add, JZ plus mil, let's see what we would get. Let's assign that 6.5. So that answer was converted to a float. That's because you have a float and an integer, and in some other languages you can't do that because there's two different types. But in Python, it's pretty dynamic. Pretty much lets you do anything that you want to do. The whole philosophy of Python is that supposed to be consenting adults and kind of knowing what you're getting yourself into when you're coding. So next, we also have complex numbers. So if there's any mathematicians out there, they might appreciate this. So we also have complex numbers, and they're pretty easy to use. You might not use them that often, and so mathematicians usually use them. So let's see an example. Say complex 2. And you have to use j as the variable. So let's say 3 plus 5 lowercase j. Then let's print the type. And we can see that is of the class complex, which is, you have that imaginary number. That's what makes it complex, the complex expression. So we also have strings. So strings are an array of characters. So the GOAT, LeBron James. So if we do the same thing, print the type GOAT, we'll see that that class is of string. Booleans. So obviously, Booleans are very important in programming, especially for like logic statements. And so Booleans can, either be true or false. Let's say class of that is Boolean, which is what we expected. From there's other types that are built in. We also have lists. So let's say my list. You create a list in Python by using brackets. It's a little bit different in every programming language, but in Python you just separate by commas, and the class is list, just like expected. Then the last one I'll look at is dictionaries. And so you create a dictionary by using brackets in Python, and so you define your key. Then you use a colon, and then you define the value. Let's say key is DJ Khaled. He's always talking about keys. And you can, just add a comma. Then you can continue to add more key and value pairs. Close the GOAT, colon. Then we can also use a Boolean there for true. So as you can imagine, it's really powerful to be able to create dictionaries in Python. You can have key value pairs, strings as keys and values, Booleans. You can also have integers as well. So let's say my age, 45. Not really 45. Dictionary, you'll see it's of class dict. So now we'll go really quickly into how to convert from one data type to another. We have Jay-Z and Beyonce up there. So you can use these built-in functions, float, and then we can pass in Beyonce. And so now you can see that before it was an integer set to 2, and after using the float function, it was converted to a float 2.0. Okay, let's see, for our float Meek Mill, let's see if we can convert that to an integer. It always rounds down to the nearest whole number for integers if you have a float. So yeah, you have that float function to convert data types to float. You also have integers. You can also convert to strings using str, and that is the string. So if we just added the type now that's of the string class. What else? So yeah, those are the basics. You can also even print out the binary if you're into that type of stuff. 0b is a prefix that just means binary. It denotes a binary number. Then 10 is a binary number. 2, right? Yeah, for 2. So those are the bare minimums, primitive data types in Python. Hopefully that was helpful. Leave comments. Tell me if there's something else you want me to cover. And I'll see you in the next video. We'll be talking more about, we'll go into more detail into variables, but we'll mainly be talking about logic and looping. Then after that, we'll go into methods and classes and the basics of object-oriented programming. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.